I'm really not used to doing this, giving talks without doing a demo first, because that's normally my strength, it's cooking. So bear with me. So I just want to thank Sir Steve DeMaio for inviting me here, and I want to greet everyone and kind of welcome all the FCAP members to tonight's event. And hopefully, my message will be kind of educational, I hope. Okay, Sir Steve asked me to talk about challenges that we're facing and what we're going to face. But besides talking about the challenges, I wanted to talk to you about trends and themes that are starting to pop up now. Okay. So I'm going to start off with the trends. And as we all know, what's trending right now is, or it's probably on the way out, it's the Korean craze, right? Everyone loves Korean food. Everyone loves the spicy sweet. And I think we really capitalize that in the Philippines with like the cup noodles, the sardines. Everyone's going extra spicy. So I think that's something that Filipinos are now accustomed to. But I see that kind of going out now. So I don't think we should really focus on that too much. The new trends that are starting to come up is called farm to the table. And it's pretty cool. It started off maybe like in California, Berkeley area. And it's now taking off in New York, and now it's actually here. And one of the four, I'd say like the front-runner chefs doing it is Chef Robbie Coco, and he works with Costales Farms. And what it is you work hand-in-hand with suppliers and farmers, and you find out what's new and what's seasonal, so that way you can kind of focus your menu on what's available at this particular time of the year. And I think that's a really good theme or trend to start with, because one, you get to use local ingredients that are cheaper, and we get to educate the local Filipinos about what our vegetables, or what vegetables we have that is comparable to the, I want to say, imported vegetables. Like my kids, they love broccoli, but I'm still trying to get them to eat sigaritas and sitaw. And I think if we start using that in the trade, that everyday Filipinos will start to appreciate it more and not think of it as everyday food that you can get at home. So we just have to kind of tweak it a bit. The next food trend that's coming out in Australia and New York is actually pickling and preserving. So achara and all the other stuff is starting to come back now. And with the pickling and preserving, you have fermentations, it's like things like beer, fermentations for meat actually to get it tender. And it's, if you look at it, it's some of the oldest preserving techniques that we had very beginning of time, before there was refrigeration. So I kind of find it neat that achara is making its way back. There's so many different types of achara that we can make. And I think that if we do that in the global market, it'll be quite nice. Okay. And the other thing that I've noticed is that European breads are starting to come back, right? It's not about the soft rolls anymore. They're doing like the hard, crusty bread. I think there's a place called Paul, I believe, but yeah, European breads are really starting to come back, and you can see crusty bread in your panaderia down the street. So if you guys can incorporate that into the menu, I think that'll kind of make it really good, and people will appreciate your bread spreads. So you can make a crudité platter, you can do assorted dips, utilizing the hard breads as well, that European flair. Okay, and some of the themes that are starting to come out is Pinoy fusion, and I know it's very vast and vague when you talk about Pinoy fusion, but my restaurant was like that. We would get something that's classically Filipino, and we would do it in a different way. Chef Ferds Aracama is also doing it as well. And the reason why I'm actually talking about this is, in New York right now, everyone's going crazy over lechon and halo-halo, right? It's like, really? Lechon and halo-halo, really? But it really is. People love the crackling of the pig. They like the way it's roasted. It's a real good centerpiece. At the same time, they love the flavor of halo-halo. And if you think about it, it's like halo-halo for us, if you go to any other region of the Philippines, let's say from Pampanga to Cebu to Bicol, the halo-halo is different. And I find it to be cool that the New Yorkers, Brooklyn, Queens, New Yorkers are going crazy over halo-halo. And I think that's something that we as Filipinos should be proud of. And the Filipino chefs that are coming back from abroad are actually bringing that style with them, that kind of Filipino fusion thing. And I think that's the way a lot of the themes are going to be. The next thing is, sorry about that. What Ms. Burma said about Chefs on Parade, how you guys showcased your centerpieces. And I think that's really something that should take a lot of focus. So if it's 50% is food and 50% is the theme and the feel of the party. And a lot of times when I do things, I don't have any creative interior design in me. I can't do it. I'm just really a chef. But what I tend to do is I work with an interior designer whenever I do a catering project. That way, if somebody wants to do like a Venetian theme or he wants to feel like he's in Venice, then I'll have someone work with me who can make that look like they're living or they're sitting in Venice, and all I have to do is worry about the food. So if anyone's like me and they don't have that interior design background, then you can always work with someone. And I found that if you work with students, they're kind of cool and they're not demanding a lot of money. They just want to kind of get out there, and then you can really have fun and explore the capabilities of bringing a themed place to your client. Like Italy, bring them to Italy, bring them to Spain, and then your food is just kind of like the icing on the cake. Okay, hopefully that makes some sense. Now, after all the cool things like the themes and the food trends, I wanted to talk to you about some of the problems and challenges that we've been facing in the past year. Well, price point definitely is something that everyone faces right now. Food costs, price point, it's something that because of the hit of the economy, everyone's kind of not spending as much. And even like government officials aren't spending as much either. This is the pork barrel scam, but it really, we have to kind of look past that. We have to kind of see that what can we do to kind of get past it. And there's actually a lot. I don't have a catering company. It's not something that I really do. But I do food. I produce or manufacture food for convenience stores. I supply them with RTE, ready-to-eat meals. And there is challenges in that because the price point is extremely low. But what I did was I hired 2 secret weapons, and I'm going to share that with you. They are food techs, food scientists. And I have an R&D team. I have 2 cooks who assist me. I have a baker and I have a pastry chef. At the same time, I found that I was running into a lot of obstacles because we couldn't hit the target price of our clients. And the reason for it was, if you're looking at the big chains, for example, the QSRs, like let's say Jolly Beach, How King, McDonald's, and all the other big guys who we have to kind of go against, we can't beat them because they have the technique and the know-how to make food extremely cheap. And as chefs and cooks, we don't really use extenders that they have, and we don't have the knowledge to use it. So what I did was I hired a food tech, and they taught me how to do it. So I'm not saying that my entire meal is full of extenders, no. But they taught us how the other companies are doing it so that we can actually fight back. And we can say, okay, this product is actually cheap, it's better quality, we don't use as much extenders. You're going to probably run into things like TVP, which is textured vegetable protein, which is used in a lot of burgers and Shanghai rolls and nuggets. So you're wondering how they can do it. And if you try to get a food tech in your team, you actually learn how to do it. And it's really a part of my team that's crucial. I have a lot of brains that can cook food, but I just can't make it. I can't let them hit that price point that a lot of the clients want. So if ever you guys are running into that problem, I'm sure that if you guys have a food tech on hand, they'll actually help you through it. And besides them helping you produce food and manufacture food, they're actually health and sanitation officers. They actually check my commissary to make sure that everyone's following the standards of FDA. And the other one is I call her the microbiological geek. So she looks for all the germs and all that stuff. So she takes it to the lab, makes sure that I don't have any salmonella or E. coli. And that's actually very important when you're actually producing food. So if I wanted to get my GMP and my FDA standard and my HACCP approval, I need those. So I think that now FDA is starting to crack down on a lot of people who manufacture food. So if you do have a food tech in your hand or in your group, it'll kind of help you break through it. And yeah, the other problems and challenges is FDA's control now is quite tough, but FDA does offer basic sanitation courses that you yourself or your heads of your kitchen can put in. It's relatively cheap, and once they're certified, it kind of gives you that break so you don't have to worry about it. You'll most likely pass your audit.